Tonight, we begin with tragedy in the sky. A mid-air collision leaves 67 people presumed dead as a commercial airliner collides with a military helicopter on its way to Reagan Airport. Our Noel James is in studio with more.
That's right, Mariah. This is now considered the worst air crash in American history in almost 2 decades. Here's what we know. At approximately 8:47 p.m. on Wednesday, American Airlines Flight 5342, operated by PSA, was approaching Reagan National Airport from Wichita, Kansas, with 60 passengers and 4 crew on board. Now, the jet collided with a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter with 3 soldiers on a routine training flight from Fort Belvoir, Virginia. Immediately, a massive search and rescue operation kicked in with responders from as far as Fairfax County in Virginia to our own Prince George's Police Department and the D.C. Fire Department. Overnight flights were diverted to Dulles and BWI airports as Reagan was shut down, but has since reopened. Meanwhile, rescuers had an especially difficult task overnight as water temperatures in the Potomac were in the 30s. Now, hypothermia kicks in almost immediately in those temperatures. Early this morning, the operation sadly became a search and recovery effort. The D.C. Fire and EMS Chief John Donnelly confirmed that there were no survivors. And at this hour, preliminary reports indicate that 33 remains have been recovered from the plane and 1 from the helicopter wreckage. Public ferries aided in this recovery mission. Now we're also learning that Prince George's County was affected in this tragedy. 4 members of the Plumbers, Pipe Fitters, Steam Fitters Local 602 Union were on Flight 5342. Union General President Mark McManus said, quote, "The United Association is grateful to first responders. Our focus is now on providing support and care to the families of our brothers." Additionally, members of the U.S. figure skating team and their families were also on board. From the White House, President Trump spoke on the tragedy, saying the NTSB is expected to conduct a comprehensive investigation into the tragedy. We now go to CTV's Katara Jones, who's at the National Harbor with more.
That's right, Noel. As first responders continue to search for victims in the Potomac River following the deadly crash involving an American Airlines plane and an Army Black Hawk helicopter, Acting County Executive Tara Jackson has closed the piers at the National Harbor due to debris from the crash that has spread into Prince George's. However, the plaza here at the National Harbor still remains open. It's important to note that we do not know how long the closure of the piers will be. But what we do know is that millions of visitors come to the National Harbor every year to shop or to eat. We have also learned that first responders from Prince George's are stepping up to help in this recovery effort. Jackson says that the Marine, Dive, and Aviation units from Prince George's Police are at the Potomac River assisting in the recovery effort. Reports also show that Prince George's Fire Chief Tiffany Green has sent 2 water rescue resources, 1 airboat, 1 rescue boat, as well as 12 technical resource personnel and a hazardous materials team to the scene. We spoke to a resident who lives here at the National Harbor and take a listen to what she had to say.
We have a glass wall. I stood at that glass wall and I saw something that looked like a lightning. I didn't make any connection. I didn't hear anything. Only when I watched the news in the middle of the night, I made the connection and I understood that something horrible happened.
Again, this is a very active scene and investigation. Make sure you stay tuned to CTV News for the latest details and how this incident will impact residents right here in Prince George's. Katara Jones, CTV News.